121 officers on leave. We have just 713 active sworn officers, and that number doesn't represent cops on the street, which is more like in the 500s. My daughter, also a Ward 3 resident, was a victim of crime, assault with some pretty significant injuries. She was in physical therapy for months. Last week, my neighbor, after her shift at Children's Hospital, made the audacious decision to stop at Kowalski's to pick something up for dinner, and around 6 in the evening, she was assaulted in the parking lot, hit in the face, purse stolen, as she made the reasonable decision to put her groceries in her car. Her person ID was found a couple of days later, 25 blocks from Kowalski's, across the street from our building, as those criminals tried to get in to commit additional crimes. Now, she wasn't shot, and neither was my daughter, so I know some crime experiences have been much worse, but crime in Minneapolis is out of hand, and our council has not been helpful. Some of you have been unhelpful. Last week, our police chief said our city is bleeding, and as you've been hearing, that's sadly true. Mayor Fry's proposed police budget should be the absolute minimum.
Thank you, Tom. Caller number 61, Mark Helevic. If you're on the line, press *6. Wait for your line to be unmuted. Caller number 61, Mark Helevic. You also might need to unmute your phone. Hello, go ahead and state your name and your testimony.
Great, thank you so much. My name is Mark Helevic. I'm a resident, Ward 11, long time, 50 years. And in my years here, I've been personally impacted by crime and violence in many ways. Never felt less safe than I do today. Why? Because I'm wealthy? No, not. I feel less safe today than ever before because of the recent and steep trajectory in crime, lack of commitment from you, our city leaders, that we elected to have our backs. Same goes for every single neighbor I talk to. Regardless of race, regardless of our budget, instead of dealing with statistically obvious crime surge, you guys are putting your long-term, kind of utopian ACAB agenda ahead of the immediate safety concerns of your communities that elected you. That's negligence. Most people wouldn't stick around long in a job performing that way. You guys need to know that the majority of those who elected you are ticked off, that under your watch, officer levels have declined to an absurdly low level based on population. And I just learned that we'll even have fewer police next year. That's not good news for a city in a state of crisis. Usually I look forward to summer, but maybe not next summer with even fewer police based on last summer. We need a both-and approach. More police now. And thank you, by the way, for voting to bring in more help from outside. Number 2, more funding, not less, for better training for the long term, for a better police department. Number 3, mental health services and other needed programs are desperately important and need to be addressed, but those dollars should come from another budget, another area. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to mention to people watching this process and also to my colleagues that in about 20 minutes, we're going to take a 30-minute recess. That's for the public that's listening and perhaps waiting for their number in line to be able to take a break. So at noon, we will take a 30-minute recess, and that's in about 20 minutes. Next, we have caller number 62, Adam Barrett. If you're on the line, please press *6. Wait until it says you're no longer muted.
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Adam Barrett. I live in the 11th Ward, and I'm a commercial real estate professional who works with employers, assisting them with locating their offices in the Twin Cities. The personal appeals that we've heard today are impactful and very real. I would like to offer why the mayor's budget and Chief Arredondo's leadership is also a very real solution. My career in philanthropic work has provided an opportunity to witness and take part in equity initiatives within businesses and our city's largest public school. In fact, as a leader at Southwest High School, I had the privilege to act as a partner with our first Black principal as he strived to create a more equitable environment. Whether it's public education or companies who make Minneapolis their home, the need for top-tier talent is challenging to attract. When it's not there, mentoring incoming workers to refine technical skills and exemplify inclusive and empathetic soft skills requires time and patience. We don't achieve the roots of equity without first planting the seed. Minneapolis is in need of a place that embodies our diverse city and with officers who are skilled in multiple technical areas of expertise. We only achieve this goal with funding new members of the force who embody Chief Arredondo's vision. With your support of these funds, we have the opportunity to build a police force that ensures safety for residents, workers, and visitors while concurrently achieving a more equitably representative community. Please support Mayor Fry's budget and show us your trust in Chief Arredondo's leadership with a vote to approve the 3 new recruiting classes. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, we have the next few callers in line. Start with caller number 63, Jonathan Tamayo. After Jonathan, we'll have 64, Anissa Mike, 65, Monica Nilsson, 66, Jim Sheely. Caller number 63, have you pressed *6? Wait for the recording. Make sure your phone isn't muted. Caller number 63. Moving on to 64, Anissa. Anissa Mike, go ahead and press *6. Wait a couple seconds till it says you're no longer muted. Speaker number 65, Monica Nilsson. Go ahead and press *6. Wait until your line is no longer muted. Speaker number 66, Jim Sheely.
This is Monica Nilsson.
Go ahead. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Monica in Housing for Women and Families. By night, I'm a 20-year homeowner a block from 38th in Chicago. By day, staff and clients work hard to improve health and housing, flinching as gunshots ring out steps from us. Children flee the playground or hit the ground on a Sunday afternoon as men give chase down the alley and gunshots ring out. People buying and selling drugs spend all day on the same street. Women are seeking sober housing. 2 weeks ago today, our residents watched out their bedroom windows as the 72nd murder victim was placed on a gurney. I leave work to face men and women not giving me access to my garage by alley, some with guns at their waist or hitting my car with their fists. I seek the comfort of sleep, to be awakened by gunfire, sometimes awakened more than once per night, recently 5 nights in a row. While each of us will move or change jobs throughout our lives, the one thing that will remain a constant are Minneapolis neighborhoods, our downtown. As KG Wilson said to me, what are you left with when you take the neighbor out of the neighborhood? I sadly hope to sell my home within a year. I implore you not to further reduce the budget of the Minneapolis Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller number 66 is Jim Sheely. As he gets himself *6 unmuted, I'm going to just list off the next few speakers. Will be 67, Janice Negrati, 68, Tully Klein, 69, Andy Snow, and speaker number 70 will be Kirsten McConnell. Number 66, Jim Sheely. Are you with us?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
My name is Jim Sheely. I'm a constituent of Council Member Fletcher living in the 3rd Ward. I'm also president of the Warehouse District Business Association Board. And I walk down First Avenue and Hennepin Avenue to my job as president of Historic Theater Group, managers of the Orpheum State and Pages Theaters. It was with unique vision of city leaders that the theaters were restored, and it's my company's responsibility to ensure they are professionally maintained and vibrantly programmed to bring regional audiences of all ages and tastes into downtown. More than 600,000 patrons attend events at the theaters annually, with an estimated economic impact of between $120 to $150 million. The hospitality industry in downtown relies on our events to drive revenue to hotels, restaurants, bars, and parking. Of course, this has all been put on hold by the pandemic, and the theaters are dark, but they are also boarded up against vandalism due to public safety concerns. And unfortunately, we've taken dozens of calls throughout the summer and fall from patrons who state they will never return to Minneapolis because they don't feel safe anymore downtown. My own car has been broken into behind my apartment, and my staff feels intimidated by roving street gangs as they walk back and forth across Hennepin to do their jobs maintaining the theaters. When we are through with the pandemic and it's safe for 500 full and part-time employees who have been out of work since March, we'll be ready to welcome back artists and audiences. I only hope that you, the members of the City Council, take seriously the importance of a safe and healthy downtown. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller number 67, Janice Negrati. Go ahead and press *6. Wait for your line to unmute.
Hello there.
Go ahead.
This is Janice Negrati. Yes, this is Janice Negrati, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak. People in Minneapolis, as you've heard from all the other callers, are afraid. We've got COVID going on where people are sick and relatives are dying. People are losing their jobs, homeschooling, tight living quarters, not being able to see friends, and now to be afraid to walk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon down your neighborhood walkway. I personally was stopped last week by a car, walked very quickly, almost to a run to get home. Tensions and fear are very high. Neighbors are being more vigilant, watching out for each other, which is really great. However, I'm concerned that this vigilance will morph into something that is not so great. We need a strong police budget, police reform, absolutely, expansion of services. And we have a chief that is well respected and honored, but he needs the financial resources to get the job done. He also needs, more importantly, to know that the city council has his back when things get tough and don't succumb to the political rhetoric. If he succeeds, you all succeed. If he fails, we all fail and suffer. This summer, we saw a lot of political grandstanding and an openness to racism and